In 2013, the gym that I was training at closed, and I'm right in the middle of a camp. I've got Shogun coming up. This is going to be a debut on FS1. Shogun's a legend, but we're carrying the bill. All these different things. Title or main event, so 25 minutes. Coach calls me in the gym. He says, "Hey, I lost the lease. I'm closing the doors." Now I want to give the coach a hug. I want to do what I can to help him. And at the same time, I got to get home, pack a bag. I got to get to California. Going to the Rain Training Center. Mark Munoz owned this gym. I had a relationship with Mark. I know just what I got to do. And I'm gone the next morning. I go to this gym every single day, twice a day. Devastating news. But I'm on the clock. I got this match coming up. Boom, I'm gone. I'm at the Rain Training Center. Now, Tony Ferguson was there. And I told this story countless times, but it also represents the only Tony Ferguson story I have ever told. Only. Which is what an incredibly hard worker Tony was. And the way the Rain Training Center worked, 170 and down on this side of the room, 185 and up on this side of the room. So I never touched Tony. I never drilled with him, never sparred with him, never went over techniques with him. I didn't touch him, but I saw him every day. And I could name names. Not allowed to talk about training room stories. So I got to leave it at that. But I'm telling you, big names. And they would wait on the wall. Tony would do the whole practice. And when practice was over, Tony would put these guys on the wall. Major, big time UFC veterans, different weight classes. He'd put them on the wall. There'd be 4 and 5 of them. Tony would stay in the middle. And there was a clock in that gym that every 5 minutes would make a buzz. So you knew when to stop. And then a minute later, it'd buzz again. You knew when to start. And Tony would stay in the middle and these guys would rotate on him. And they would keep going until they were tired. Tony stayed in the entire time. And Tony would rotate through these guys until they were too tired to go on. And when the last one would leave to hit the showers and go home, Tony would then go to the heavy bag. The room is now cleared out. He did this every single day. And there was one day where it was pure curiosity for me. I'm not leaving. I even told my wife this. I said, "Hey, get comfortable. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving until this guy's done. I want to see what he does after we all leave." And I would go down in the category as to something like that. People would watch me train and talk about what a hard worker I was. And I would be the first one there and I'd be the last one out of the room. I can't keep up with this guy. I can't even imagine keeping up with him. And I'll tell you exactly what, I just stayed in the room. Never even said hi to him. Didn't say a damn thing to him. I sat down on the wall and I was not going to leave until he leaves. And he went over to the heavy bags and he was hitting them for so long that Mark Munoz came in and turned the lights out. That is when Tony quit practicing. Every hard practice that I've ever seen in my life that I just described for you like this. The really good fighters, the really good wrestlers, good jiu-jitsu guys, but these great athletes that are doing what I aspire to do, if I saw them work like that, I would then change what I was doing. And I remember seeing Tony do this, and I remember thinking to myself, it was the first time ever I was not inspired. I went the other way. Because I remember telling myself, if that's what it takes to be great, I need to find something else to do. My body can't hold up. I just can't train for 2 hours and 15 minutes like that. I just can't hit a bag nonstop. I get some water at some point. I got to take a break at some point. I got to have some interaction with some other people. I got to have some music going. Tony didn't have any of these things. He worked so damn hard. But that's also the only story I had ever told about Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson appears in my DMs, telling me off. He was telling me off and he was referencing something from our days at Rain. I didn't know where this was coming from. I was very caught off guard by it. Now, I'm in a tough position. I got an ego too, and I'm not going to back down from that. At the same time, this is my guy. This is the guy I've always appreciated. Even when I was on my shtick where I'm coming out, I'm throwing mud on everybody, I left him clean. I admired Tony Ferguson, but this DM thing happens, I've got to go deal with it. We end up smoothing it out like it never happened. And now Tony and I stay in pretty good contact. And I don't have to go to DM. We've got each other's phone numbers. He's came on, done interviews before, but he fills me in on his life. And he did that yesterday. He sends me a text. I finally got a fight, ... So I write him right back. Who do you got? And is this private? Or is it for public consumption? A lot of guys will come to me to come to you guys. Got a huge audience over here, right? Our window Sheen, the two of you, me. I don't know the answer. He never wrote me back, which is also par for the course with Tony. Sometimes you'll be in the middle of a conversation, you'll be going back and forth, and then he will just drop out, and then 2 weeks later, he'll try to pick up where you left off, and you got to read what you were talking about. So you guys might think this is a dick move by me. You might be going, Chael, you just did a tease. You told us you know about Tony's next fight. You said that he's got a fight. I can't believe you're not going to tell us who it is. Well, yeah, you might feel that way, but imagine how I feel. He teased me. He got me all worked up. I'm a Tony fan, and there's a lot of moving parts there. I think that Tony and Nate Diaz makes all the sense in the world. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Tony and Conor makes all the sense in the world, but Tony says he's got to fight, and Conor's still on crutches for another 4 months. So as you start to play this game of deduction, who's left? Who's out there for Tony? Gregor Gillespie called Tony Ferguson out. I could list until I went blue in the face all the reasons that I would predict that match isn't going to happen, but it's in line. Tony says he's got to fight. Gregor called Conor out. Called Tony out, rather. I'm missing stuff. I know I'm missing stuff. But don't tell me this was a dick move bringing this to you guys. All right, this is just to be continued. We're all going to find out together, and we will be back, and we'll discuss.